Guys, and welcome to Wild. Today, we're here with Chay Snowdon. How are you doing? It's so lovely to have you here.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Much better now that things are up and running again.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a long time of nothing, hasn't it? So it's quite nice to be back on it again.
100%. So you're Bristol based.
Yeah, we're sort of like between Bristol and Plymouth. Two of us uni in Bristol, so it's kind of like a home from home. But yeah, so Bristol slash Plymouth, yeah.
I see. And you're a four-piece, so like you said, two of you from Bristol and two based in Plymouth.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, two of us in Bristol, two of us in Plymouth, so four of us.
How do you guys get together? It's a little bit of a distance.
Yeah, I mean, at first we thought it might be an issue, but it kind of works out quite nicely because you sort of like spread out a little ways between the country. So it's less money on hotels, that's for sure. Um, which is always a plus. And we rehearse at Brunel Studios in Bristol, which is great. It's a 24-hour studio. So yeah, we make the journey to Bristol quite a lot and vice versa. So yeah.
And what are your favorite venues in Bristol, just to go and see live music?
The Louisiana's up there, definitely. That's a great venue. Thekla as well. That's brilliant. That, I mean, it's not very often you get to play on a boat, let's be honest. So yeah,
Exactly,
Thekla's
that's
up
it. And obviously the Fleece as well. I feel like that's always a great place to see
there.
bands.
Yeah.
You have a new venue as well. I think it's called is it Lost Horizon? That's a very new venue to Bristol. I think it's created by the organizers of Glastonbury, so it's meant to be the new up and coming place where to discover new talent.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't been down there yet, you know where to head.
Yeah, we haven't been there yet, so we'll definitely have to venture there as well. We play at the Mother's Ruin a lot as well, so maybe we can give that a go as well.
Perfect. So something that just I found it very intriguing is you guys all wear shirts. What's up with the shirts?
Yeah, the shirt's kind of became I suppose it's one of those things like when you hear someone say something funny or like, in a slightly different accent or something, or a different sort of way of saying something, and you start saying it as a joke ironically, and then it just starts catching on and it becomes part vocabulary. That's what's happened with the shirts. We started wearing them as a joke and now they're just a staple of the performance. And we played a show in Mexborough the other day, near Sheffield, and the amount of people that came up to it, we love the music, but we're not sure about the shirts. I've got one on now, really. I suppose it's become almost just as memorable as the as the live. If you don't remember the name, you might remember the fact that it's the band that has questionable shirts.
It's part of your brand now. It's how people are going to recognize you. It's by the shirt. So that's kind of a little bit about your maybe more fashion style. For those who have not listened to your music before, how would you describe the music, the style of music you guys play?
So it's sort of like indie rock, indie pop, that sort of thing. We're definitely, there's still a lot of the sort of get up and go songs in the sets that you can have a real jump around to. But we're definitely exploring different elements of music as well. But I would say we're with indie rock, I'd say.
Awesome. And what shows have you got up and coming next?
What have we got up and coming next? They're playing at the Pavilions in Plymouth on the 23rd of October. That's going to be a great one. I mean, having grown up myself in Plymouth, to be able to play the venue that you see a lot of your favorite acts at, that's going to be good. We're playing a festival in Britain that you might know about, which is going to be very good. But yeah, yeah, I think that's what we've got up and coming so far. It's been quite strange, really, the fact that we went from having loads of shows. We've literally just played a load of shows as well, and now it's sort of tapered off slightly. But yeah, having gone from playing loads and loads of shows to all of a sudden, you know, COVID hits, and then it all seems to have tapered off a bit, but it's coming back strong now. So
that's what I was going to ask next. How did you find that kind of that change? Because obviously, when COVID hit, a lot of us missed the things that we love to do. Now that things have opened,
yeah.
we've kind of gone full steam ahead. How have you guys found that change again back to gigging loads?
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a shock to the system. You forget how tiring it is, especially when you've got sort of like gigs back to back. But yeah, it's definitely a bit of a shock. I mean, we were quite fortunate that when we went into the lockdown originally, we managed to just get in and record a load of songs. So we were able to sort of pump those out during the lockdown, as well as a few sort of live videos and things like that. So we tried to keep ourselves going strong with the music and everything like that, but it can never replace playing live and the feeling of that. So that was definitely missed. And it was, you know, after, you know, now COVID sort of, well, restrictions are lifted, it's definitely nice to be able to be out and about again. That's for sure.
Yes, and it's a bit of an adjustment, though, isn't it? It's still a lot of change, and everyone's just out of practice, which is perfectly fine. But because at the same time, everybody's very excited to see live shows again. I've literally just come back from working at Victoria's Festival, and all of the main acts, all of them have forgotten their lyrics at some point. People that you would not expect to not know the lyrics, and it's because everybody hasn't been able to perform up until a few weeks ago. But nobody cares, because we're all just excited to be together with other people and out and about listening to music. So what would you say is a dream venue for you guys to play?
Wise, where I would love to play, it might be a little bit ambitious, but I would say the O2 in London. That would be I've seen so many great bands there that, you know, to play that venue would be something else. But then if we were sort of thinking like festival wise, probably like Reading and Leeds, that's just on. It always just a great time, does it? I went one year when the Arctic Monkeys were playing, and it was amazing. So but yeah, I'd love to play there, that's for sure.
Well, fingers crossed you're not too far away from that. So let's talk some about your EP, What the Kids Want. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so we released the EP. Well, that was the sort of music I was on about. We were releasing through the lockdown. We were lucky enough to get into the studio with John Cornfield in Cornwall to record the EP, which was great. The process of recording it was quite strange, because it was as COVID was, you know, just coming to play. So we were in a caravan on his drive, and we had a microphone hooked up to the caravan so we could talk to and from, and then we would go down into the live room to record our individual parts. So that was quite an experience, one that, you know, it was great to have experienced, but hopefully we don't do it that way again. And then, you know, we managed to release it the lockdown, which was I mean, the timing of it was perfect, really. The fact that we could be releasing this music while, you know, basically everything had ground to a halt. It was very strange that we couldn't be out gigging it. Usually there'd be a tour going alongside it and everything like that. So it was very that we couldn't be doing any of that, but we were just grateful to be able to be releasing something. So yeah, it definitely seemed well received. We got support from Steve Lamack on BBC Six Music, and Radio X. John Kennedy gave us a lot of support, and a lot of the BBC introducing stations as well. So yeah, we definitely can't complain. It went better than we ever could have imagined. So yeah.
And what are you working on now?
We're working on a lot of new music at the minute. We're hoping to get into the studio ASAP. I suppose it's quite a back catalogue for John to be walking through. Loads of acts who are wanting to get in that haven't been able to, so we're just waiting for our turn to jump in the studio and crack on. But we're definitely working on a new EP. I wouldn't. It's a slightly different direction. It's a little bit sort of funkier. I would say that there's quite a lot of like 70s funk vibes in there, mixed with the sort of indie rock element that we've already got going on. So it's quite, we're really excited about it, and hopefully I hope everyone else likes it as well. Fingers crossed.
It sounds very exciting. It sounds, love the sound of the 70s influence in it. Again, it seems very trendy, so I feel like that's going to go down the treat. But thank you so much, Chay. It's so lovely to meet you. All of the Chay Snowdon's links are down below, so please go and check them out. And we'll see you guys at the festival in Brighton.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to it. We'll see you there.